At the simulation, you'll be guided by experts as you experience what it's like to negotiate and implement a modern treaty. It's a unique and exciting learning opportunity. You will problem solve, work in teams, and learn how to negotiate.
I found it a very cool opportunity for us to take turns being in each of the roles and trying to understand where these people are coming from and who they represent.
The simulation will get you interested in your treaty, help you build skills as an emerging leader, and create connections with the experts and fellow youth.
As soon as we started practicing our own negotiations, it was so fun to see everyone go into their roles and role play.
It was quite the experience to see and take part in the process of negotiations, where sometimes not everybody agrees.
You'll start with the negotiation simulation. Each participant will be assigned to a team representing one of the governments involved in treaty negotiation. These teams are the federal government, provincial or territorial government, and Indigenous government. The goal is for all the teams to reach an agreement on a section of a modern treaty. Once you get your team assignment, your government will provide your team with a mandate letter from your leadership. A mandate letter clearly states what your team is expected to achieve in the negotiations on behalf of the government or community. You and your team will review the letter and prepare a proposal for what your team wants included in the treaty. Then, you'll write a short opening statement to present your proposal at the negotiation meeting. I know what you're thinking, but I don't know how to write a negotiation proposal or an opening statement. Perfect! That's why experts will be there to help. These experts have years of experience in this work and are there for you. We'll also provide plenty of background information and additional materials to help you prepare. It's time to negotiate. All the government teams will come together and decide who is hosting the negotiation. You'll also need to select a note-taker to document the final agreement. The hosting team will start with their opening statement, followed by the other teams. After opening statements, you'll go through each other's proposals and negotiate until you come to an agreement. It is a negotiation, so there will be times when you don't agree with the other government's proposals. You can call a caucus, which is a break where your team takes a time out to discuss and determine next steps. After you reach an agreement, you'll reflect on the experience with the other participants. You'll share what worked well, what was challenging, and what you learned. But it doesn't end there. Time permitting, you'll also participate in an implementation simulation. You'll be assigned to a different government with different team members and receive a new mandate letter that offers direction from your team's government or community. This time, the goal is to implement a section of a completed modern treaty. You'll need to reach an agreement that meets the needs of all the parties. At the end, you'll get a chance to reflect and share about your experience.
Treaty negotiations has a life beyond just setting the parameters of what authorities that you might have, how much land you might have, what programs of service that you can deliver yourself, the governance piece. So those things still need a lot of work, and it's going to continue to work. But in the meantime, how do we engage? That's the question, and part of that engagement is to simulate how those tables, what were discussed at those tables, what the intents were, and what the envisioning for the future was, and to share that with the youth and mentor them through a simulation of negotiations.